Hello everyone and welcome back to another very exciting chess game by Wilhelm Steinitz. So in this chess game his opponent was Joseph Ney Babson, American chess player, American chess master. So did you know that Joseph Babson was a chess problem composer as well, and he composed one of the longest ever chess problem composition, actually the longest chess problem for checkmating the king, and it was white to checkmate the king in 1220 moves, so which is known as the Babson task, which was named after him. So he was also edited a chess column in Montreal Herald in 1892. So he was born in 1852 and he passed away in 1929. At the age of 76, only for the record. So okay, so in this chess game his opponent was Wilhelm Steinitz. So this chess game was played in 1893 in Montreal, Canada, in the Montreal Chess Club. So okay, Steinitz starts the game with e4. We have e5, f4, king's gambit, and accepted. Knight to f3, g5, h4, and g4, knight up. And black is defending the g-pawn and bishop to c4, and the f-pawn is under siege. So rook to h7, and I put question mark next to this move because we know that before developing the heavy pieces, if you don't have any good reason, of course, developing the knights or the bishops needs to be considered, which is a general principle. And in this case, developing the knight and defending the f-pawn with the knight was better. But we have rook to h7 and then d4, defending the f-pawn, so this is also liberating the bishop. Knight to c3, developing the knight, and after d6, here comes Steinitz played. Knight takes on f7 and Steinitz knocks the f-pawn off. All guns blazing offense by Steinitz. So rook takes, bishop takes, king takes, and what is Steinitz achieving after this? Because now black is getting two minor pieces for the rook, which is known pretty good, which is known as pretty good. But can you guess the next move for white? White has a very strong attack, and of course, this is also destroying black's pawn cover potentially, and black is losing the castling rights as well. But how to make the most of it? Can you guess the very obvious move in this position? Okay, bishop takes on f4 was the move. So Steinitz was contemplating on this. After bishop takes on f4, he castled, pinning and winning. So the bishop is pinned. A very nice idea. So after this, he has a very powerful attack when the king is wide open with no protection in the center. So after queen takes on h4, simply chopping the bishop off. Rook takes on f4, check. And king to e8, queen to d3, opening the rook as well with activating the queen, doubling the rooks on the file, on the open f file. And also e5 is also possible, and developing the queen. The queen is going to be a menace, a multi-purpose move, and a very logical play, a very logical move by Wilhelm Steinitz. So queen to g5, but simply defending the rook with doubling, and white has a powerful attack on the open f-file, and things are looking very bad for Mr. Babson in this position. So queen to h6, and I put question mark next to this move as well. But so I don't understand the purpose of this move, but white had a better position anyway. So can you guess the very strong move for white? And after that move, well, black is going to be in serious trouble with no defense, basically. So if I give you a few seconds, can you guess that move? Let me count until 3. If you want, you can also pause the video. So 1, 2, 3. So I think you had enough time to pause the video. So Steinitz played, did you see this? Queen to c4, exclamation point, double threat, also attacking the knight and also attacking on c7. And after this strong move, black's boat is floating. Black has no logical defense and his pieces on the queen side, as you can see, are taking a nap on the sofa. So queen to g7, but else defending everything. And now can you see the move? So defending the knight and also defending the c-pawn. But I mean, if you say rook to f7, that was a very strong move. But Steinitz preferred queen to b5, that's check. But rook to f7 actually was stronger. So check, forking the king and the pawn with check again. And black moves the king. What else? And then e5, and this is also defending the d-pawn, and he wants to open the things up. So d takes on e5, d takes on e5, and if knight takes or queen takes pawn on e5, then rook to f8 is going to be extremely strong. So we have c6, making room for the king, and look at black's position. Look at the pieces. So black has a crumpy position, but then can you see the move? It is white to move. Of course, rook takes on g4, the most obvious move. So this is also a skewer, and where is the queen going? So if moving the queen to the only safe spot, then rook takes knight is possible. So what else? A desperate move, but simply capturing the knight, and then queen to f8, f7, knight to f6. Is this a glimmer of hope? Forking the rook and the queen, but then check. And here comes, after knight to d7, queen to e5, b6, and knight to e4, and there is no logical continuation for black, and knight to g5 is next, winning on the spot. And for the entire chess game, black suffered because of not castling, with having very little development. Actually, there is no reasonable defense, so black resigned in this position. Let's make a random move, and then knight to g5, and that's all over. So this passer is also very dangerous, and the queen is tied down and the knight is pinned. The king is also in the center, and black has never managed to develop the bishop. So let's develop the bishop, but it's too late. Knight to e6, king to c8, and then checkmate. And this is of course just one possible continuation. Okay, so Wilhelm Steinitz punished his opponent in this chess game. He destroyed his opponent. He eats his opponent for the lunch. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this chess game, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and bye bye.